Right into it, dude. Right into it. You're muted though.
Oh no. Right into it, dude. That was not that was not the way it was rehearsed, but we're here. We're here. Welcome everybody. Episode 2, Chart Monkeys. I'm your host, Henry. I'm here with Huda. What's up, Huda?
What's up, guys? Good to see you. Yeah, dude, the week goes so fast. You know, like we always talk about the time warp in crypto, and this week's been like the weirdest time warp, right? Because I mean, we'll get to the market. Actually, we'll talk a lot about the market today, but a different kind of time warp from like we're back and cooking. I think we were cooking last episode. I can't remember now, but to we're dead and actually dead this time, and you fucking fools who didn't know we were dead, to now maybe some life again.
I think last week when we went, it was actually a couple days, maybe even like the Friday before through the weekend. And so then a couple days before we went, where it was starting to feel like it's over. And then in the last week, a lot's happened. Like kind of nothing has happened and a lot's happened. So by the way, before we like really start diving deep, make sure to watch us on Twitch. Hope you are. Give us a follow on Twitch. Check us out on YouTube. You can subscribe there, and then make sure you're following us at Chart Monkeys on X and at CyberKongz. And that just helps us grow the show, helps us spread the love, right? So thank you to everybody listening. Let's get into it, Huda. Tell us about the market.
Well, you know, I don't think people need to know. I need to know things today. I need to know. You know the chart. This chart is bullshit. Like I had to say it this morning too, because I did the same thing. I'm like, where are we at? And I'm like, just like, I want to be really clear. This chart doesn't mean anything. It's a fucking meme at this point, but how fun is it to hear everybody's take on where we're at in the cycle? Are we at, I don't know, dude, anxiety, denial, panic? Are we, some of you nuts out there, actually it's me too, think we're like in a crazy way somewhere still here? I think we're few and far between at this point, but I don't think this is normal what's going on. I think that's pretty obvious at this point. So like if you got a case to make that we're here, I'm listening. I can get with you. Let's see. And drop it in the chat because I want to know where you're at. But Henry, where do you think we're at?
I think anxiety is a decent place to think that we're at. I'd love to be on the other side of the chart, you know, the left side. But I agree. I think this chart's bullshit anyway. And maybe that's just a little bit of cope, but like part of me just thinks everything's changed a bit. We have so much institutional investing in crypto that it's just really hard to understand, like when you have massive outflows over all kinds of stuff, right? And we'll talk about that in our market chat. Part of me is just like, okay, I know this is the psychology of a market and this is maybe to some degree timeless, but I'm going to be honest with you. I have no idea where the fuck this chart came from. And I've just always believed it to be real, and it may not be.
I think you just brought up the best point, like period with this thing. In fact, we should probably never bring it up again. Where did it even come? Well, okay, I see at the bottom, Wall Street Cheat Sheet.com.
Sure.
I don't know, but it is silly. But like, dude, I live on both sides. It might be mental illness, but like, I've seen tweets out here that fit so perfectly these right here, like especially denial. I've seen that one a lot. Like, dude, don't worry, just dude, stack Zcash and stack, like people talk about, like really good quality projects, right? And tokens, like the best ones you can. They're like, just fucking buy the dip. I'm like, I get it, but also I remember being there last time. I remember being there and telling myself I'm not doing that again, right? Like I think we all tried to learn lessons from last time around. And that said, last cycle, I mean, we got so many stories and takes out there because everybody's got them. But like, I remember last cycle after we got through like the other side mint and, you know, some other things that kind of collapsed, and especially like FTX, I don't remember any catalyst like waiting for anything. It was like just an open sea. There was nothing coming to be excited for. There was no market moving thing. And all I have now is like a bullet point list of big things coming still. Like this doesn't feel like the end of a cycle when you have, retirement plans that are coming into crypto. I'm trying to remember what it was. We're talking like trillions of dollars that can be invested in crypto starting next year. We're talking like Citi opening up crypto investments trading and Morgan Stanley. And we're talking like the OpenSea airdrop still comes next year and the base token airdrop and Mask is coming. It's like big token drops, big market participants coming in. we didn't have this last cycle in a bear market, and we have rate cuts still coming too. And it's not just like one rate cut. We probably have one this year still, and then multiple next year. I have a lot of trouble seeing that we're at like a anxiety, denial, panic, and then onto that just dry period for a year plus. I have trouble seeing it.
Yeah. Also, why does this chart necessarily have to be like this long period of time? This chart almost applies to every cycle of everything, right? Whether it's info-fi, whether it's trying to think of what the social fi. So like everything sort of has its life cycle. So it's not that I don't believe the chart, but what if we just keep experiencing this chart in everything that comes out? I think somebody had written, and it was about Solana. I'm going to find it because I don't think we added it into our show today. But they were just talking about how building right now, and this is the typical thing, like building is good right now, but launching things right now is not great. And that if you're building, that essentially like putting anything out there right now is kind of pointless because of the way the attention cycle works. Like everything is basically that chart, but is it a 1 day cycle? Is it a 3 day cycle, etc.? I realize the macro plays a large role in, well, what are these things that I'm talking about? Social fi, info fi, NFT projects, shitcoins. The macro plays a role in it, but I just think, and you mentioned this years ago, that, whether it's the halving, whether it's any of these things, the cycles are just going to change because we've got so many more people participating in the macro that like some of this stuff just may not, it may need some rethinking.
Yeah. Just, I think it's what was always going to happen when crypto matured. And that's what it is. I was actually wondering this morning if we're going to see like some kind of bigger decoupling of Bitcoin and then the rest of the assets. Cause I think everybody's lost confidence in most cryptos, but other than Bitcoin, I think that's the only one I can make a strong case for. Like, of course you buy now. Of course you buy Bitcoin even at 100, right? I couldn't say that about just about anything else, but Bitcoin feels pretty different. But I don't think this is the tweet you were talking about, but it's in that ballpark. Solana just giving advice to founders, which it's bear markety vibes. It's like survival mode they're putting on the timeline, which I like. You should always be operating like that. That shouldn't be just in the bear market. You behave like this. This is a good rule of thumb, I think.
But, this was one of the tweets that I saw, and I was reading through it. And I was like, no, this makes a lot of sense. I think this is the one that references like teams getting tighter, just really starting to kind of control, your outflow of expenses, et cetera, and just work on the things you're working on. And obviously that's harder for teams that don't have the kind of treasuries that some teams have. But this is where you really got to kind of thin out and get really efficient, because right now, if you're launching anything, you're pissing in the wind. I mean, you're almost crazy to launch something right now.
It's tricky. By the way, this is a perfect example of one of those tweets. This is my buddy Nick. I love Nick. He's smart. He's done very well trading, but these are the tweets I see. And this is what puts us in, what was it, anxiety? And it's where people are saying, no, you buy the great products. And my timeline is full of these kind of posts. I don't know that they're wrong either. But if you're trying to match these up with sentiment and gauge where we're at, it's like that. There they are. Those are those tweets. But there's the big signal. Jim Cramer. Does Jim Cramer have the same effect he used to have where you counter trade him? I feel like he's gotten better or worse, whatever side you want to take of that. But he says we're in a bear market. Usually that means we're ready to cook. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. I think historically he has been that guy, but I think he became a little bit more pro crypto, certainly certainly since Trump. I don't know anymore with Cramer. Do we trust him? Do we hate him? Is he our nemesis? But are we in a bear market? I don't know. It's weird because like Bitcoin's still over, 100K. Like that's still pretty good. I know we're down from all-time highs. I get that. But we've got some Supreme Court decision happening today on tariffs. We've got the government shutdown. I know these are all things we'll talk about. I just think right now is not an awesome snapshot of what things could be. Also, that might be hopium on my end. It very well could be.
Well, but it's also like sentiment can't get much worse. Like save like a black swan event. Like that's like where you get worse is something like catastrophic. Like something like at the fundamental level of crypto breaks. And that's where you get worse than this. But otherwise, this is about as bad as you can get, where nobody has hope. Nobody has belief. Well, okay. people, I'm actually really excited about this, dude. In the bear market, I always said we haven't hit the bottom because I know everybody thinks we're coming back. Like everybody believes we're coming back. And I'm like, that's not what it feels like when you really hit the bottom. Because, we've done this for a long time. And I remember 2018, 2019. I remember when it was over and you even thought Bitcoin wasn't going to make it. You're like, I think we were wrong. It's not. And so we never got that. We're now getting that with NFTs, especially NFTs. And we're kind of getting it with altcoins. So I'm like, this is good. It's good. I love feeling that out there. I love people feeling hopeless. I do. Cause to me, you don't get real euphoria without that. And you don't get like that crazy belief and then crazy price action without that. You need the other side.
I often think of like it was spring, early summer. I may have said this last show when I was selling art blocks for under mint price. Kind of like my first real cycle. And you had told me like you're crazy. I couldn't see like how that wasn't crazy because it felt over. And then we know what happened months later. Now, I don't think what we're going through right now is necessarily going to be exactly that. But when I see, Azuki under mint price, when I see Pudgy's, give or take under 6 ETH and apes around 6 ETH, give or take, punks down into the low to mid 30s, you're just like, okay, from where things were just weeks ago and even months ago in some cases to where they are now, like it is bleak. But I think as the market matures, I think it's possible. Like I'm still bullish on NFTs. And I'm still bullish on Web3 in general. But I think as the train pulls out of the station with all these other people on it, there is this feeling that like what we had, and I'm not even like, I'm not referencing like CyberKongz, because to me, CyberKongz is different because it's a community, and really the goal in there right now is to be getting wins, right? To share alpha and be exposed to any sector of Web3 where you can have a win. But what it feels like is the people that are coming into the space are not looking at these things as historical assets right now. They're not looking at these things as like, I gotta have one of these things because, man, just a moment of time before these things run again. It doesn't feel like that. I think we need a lot more people at the station in order for it to even begin to feel like that. I don't know what your thoughts are.
5 years off. You're right. That's my ordinals thesis. All my price predictions. It's impossible this cycle because, to your point, you need new people in. You don't get these historical things without new people who also like unlock that understanding of them that then want to chase them. And now you're up against them, and you were there, so your belief is even different in it. It can't happen this time around, and those people aren't coming this cycle. I think no matter what happens, nobody has money. Like I saw a tweet earlier today, and it was saying like, I don't know, I don't remember what the number was. 17% of people like are what, not having dinners or something like that. And it's like 60%, almost 70% are paycheck to paycheck, which isn't shocking. It's also shocking at the same time. It's scary. But I'm like, those people were kind of here last time. Maybe not all of them, obviously, but like we had super normies in last time. They're not here and they're not coming because I don't think they're anywhere close to making money. It's very, very, very different. So yeah, then that scenario where this stuff is really back and you want that historic piece and collectible, it's far off, dude. And I believe it's coming. Like no part of me thinks it's not coming. But again, I think that's good 5 years away. It's probably another show and conversation for the why, but I've got my reasons why I'm so sure it's coming. And it's AI. It's the metaverse meta is going to come back. It's VR, AR tech. It's the Clarity Act passing here is maybe part of it too. If that opens up the path for NFTs equaling ownership of a business project, whatever, right? Like the promise of NFTs last cycle, maybe even like shared royalty stuff where you don't have to worry about, the SEC coming to get you. I'm like, that opens up NFTs to what we dreamed they would be. And the SEC killed that. And I'm like, that I think comes back again, all of that stuff with like clarity. So.
Yeah. No, it's a good point. I think this metamorphosis into like what these essentially started as collectibles is a hard pill for people to swallow because nobody's buying these things right now. I was talking last night with some Kongs and we're just talking about how like the amount of money that we kind of wasted, right? Talking about some of our great wins. I was talking about V1 Punks and how you were on that early and we had some great wins and that was great. And I just said like, but like that just went into other JPEGs because it's just so easy when something's 1.5 ETH or 1.8 or 1 ETH. You're not thinking like, oh, that's like $3,500. And I'm like, you know, I'll debate over how much to spend on a webcam or anything like that. But when it's crypto, especially at that time, it's like, it's just an ETH. And point to that is like, I think people are really thinking about the USD value of what they're spending. And they're thinking like, well, why? What does it do? And the reality is, realistically, most of it does nothing. You could almost say all of it does nothing. But I like to think that there are some that do something. But it's not even like do something like VFriends where like that's your access to the, you know, to the show. It's much less than that. What it is right now is, I think, speculation on some of these things, whether it's pudgies or punks or apes. And with Kongs, I'm like, that's your entry into a community where you hope to be able to sharpen your edge and find these areas where you can get wins. But it is rough out there. It is fucking rough.
Dude, this right here, I mean, like the price thing, I think we mentioned last week, to me, it's just people preserving their capital. Like that's it. That's all. It's a reflection of that. And because nobody believes like they're not going to go in and grab something even at these prices. And dude, I think this all has so much further to fall. And I still think there's a 2-3x in all this stuff this cycle. I still do believe that. And guys, don't fucking write Arc Raiders in the chat. You're going to make me buy that thing. It looks so good. It looks so good. I want to play that thing.
I've been hearing a lot about it.
It looks fucking awesome, man. Market looking, we're going to look at prices here now, but like big volume coming into ETFs or through ETFs right now, already to within 30 minutes. 30 minutes of trading this morning, and I don't know what side it's on, but $1 billion in volume in the Bitcoin ETFs just this morning, which is pretty fucking big. We'll see if we have like a record-setting day. I don't know if this is outflows versus inflows. We'll see it tomorrow. I could go check live somewhere. I'm not gonna. But
oh man, I hope it's inflows.
Look, dude, I'm just like, for all those bullet point reasons I mentioned before, I'm betting on this cycle continuing and being spicy because of that. I'm also betting on it because of crime. I'm like that simple. I'm still betting that Trump has way more up his sleeve. We've got actually Cynthia Loomis talking about crypto again in the Strategic Reserve. I'll show this in a minute too. But like a lot of these dominoes still haven't fallen and still will, even if it's just words. But we're going to get some more words that do move this market. Trump said today stock market has many more all-time highs to hit. I'm betting on it. I'm betting that it's going to happen. Bo Hines, who's not in the administration anymore, saying Bitcoin's on sale. And you had the Eric or Don Jr. saying this is weeks back, but Q4 is going to be, you know, ridiculous for crypto. I'm buying crime. Like, I believe it. And then yesterday, Trump said, again, it's just words, but also like, I think they set the stage. I think they revealed their hand. It's like officially ended the war on crypto. And he's talking about CZ, but also this is the way it's going to go or be going forward. There will be a noticeable change. And we'll see that really with the Clarity Act when it passes.
I watched that interview yesterday, or not the presser, I should say. And it was just interesting when they were pressing her on CZ, and it was just kind of full deflection. Yeah, he has no idea. No idea. He takes it very seriously. I'm paraphrasing. He takes it very seriously. Any pardons or any commutations of sentences, very seriously. It goes through a process, but never don't know anything about him. But I agree, man. I think that the Trump family is too deep in crypto to let it fail. And he's basically got all of the levers around him, right? Like at this point, he has all of the levers that he needs to increase his family's wealth. And the hope is that we get to enjoy some of that.
Yeah, dude, I think, I hope, whatever. Market's back up today, which is great. I mean, it did dip below 100 on certain exchanges. And it's just, you know, what a time to be alive. What a time to be in crypto when sentiment is where it's at and Bitcoin was still really right at 100,000. 100,000, dude. 2 years ago, we were at 16K. Bitcoin was 16K. Crazy to think what we've seen this cycle. And also to know too, you know, like a guy like Beanie who's like, it's done. And he's like, he had a video from like, I think it was Token 2049 guys on a plane singing karaoke. And he's like, there were signs. I'm like, yeah, no, he's right. We had dude, we had like the ERC 404 Pandora meta was this cycle. We had the runes were this cycle. Ordinals hitting those all-time highs was this cycle. The meme coin mania, like Trump meme coin, Iggy Azalea, it was all this cycle. Bitcoin 126K this cycle. Like the signs are there. It could be over. And to me, it's more like, do you think it's over where there's no more great moments ahead of us still? Like all those things I just listed, that there's no more of those left? Or do you think we still get to add a couple to the list? We had AI as well, right? We had some big metas. And I just think we've got a couple more ahead of us.
How about like perp dexes, Hyperliquid, now right. Aster? No, I think it would be foolish to think that with all the degeneracy that we have in this space, token strategies, all of these things, right? And dude, it's funny because I haven't thought of it the way you've said it. Like all of these things, even if you just go like, all these things, SocialFi, InfoFi, Trump, strategy tokens, perp dexes, these are all 2025. I know some of these things may have, the AI meta I know started about a year ago, give or take. But most of the things you added in your list were 2025. And yet we're just like, it's not enough, man. We need these every other day. If we don't get these every other day, then it's over. And the reality is like, maybe we just get one of these things a month. Maybe we get one every 6 weeks when it's quiet. Bear market, that's kind of what it is. It's feast or famine. When it's famine, you really got to be out there hunting. You really got to be keyed in. There's still some wins, but bull, however long bull lasts, right? If you get 2 weeks of it, if you get 3 weeks of it, if you get 2 months of it, that's when you just got to be really locked in. And I remember even when we were doing our old afternoon show, we would talk about like, you got to be locked in. Like right now is a time to go out and harvest. So yeah, I think it'd be really short-sighted to think like, oh, that's all we got for this cycle. That
doesn't feel like it exists anymore. Bear market where once a year you might have anything even to trade. I don't think that's going to exist.
We're just too degenerate to just be okay with that. There's always going to be something, and I don't want to say people that are desperate will take part in things, but you get bored. You know what I mean? When you're on the sidelines for a while, you just want to feel something. So you sometimes get those little ground swells where you're like, cool, I'm going to take part in this, even though in a bull I would never have done it. So yeah, I think we'll see more of it. When, not 100% sure, but they're out there. I just don't have the time to look for like the little wins. I just don't have the time for it. But if this is what I did for a living, as far as just like degenning like that, then I would be. And I see guys like in Wall Street Kongs that are out there grinding, and there is stuff out there that they're making money on. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but yeah, I think you can make money in any cycle. It just gets harder and harder. And right now, I don't know which direction we're heading, at least for the rest of 2025.
I'm with you there. Okay, the biggest unlock we have, the biggest needle moving thing. Oh, actually, let me back up to. Let's do this, guys. Better than that chart from before. I like the baseball analogy. What inning are we in? Somebody mentioned an inning, and I'm like, let's go with innings. Oh, gravity.
Yeah, gravity.
Crypto's in the 4th inning. Interesting. NFTs game suspended due to rain. TradFi bottom of the 9th. Wow. Yeah, I guess I could see that too with TradFi. Crypto, that's interesting to really separate them like that.
I feel like crypto is just Major League Baseball in that analogy, where it's like, no, like baseball has to end for crypto to end. I just feel like we're so far into it now. I could be wrong. Like maybe we're sitting here 5 years from now going like, dude, can you believe that? It's just totally over. But that feels harder to swallow. That there could be a bottom of the 9th for crypto in our lifetime.
Is there another sport? This is probably a real dumb question, but it's like year round that doesn't have like an off season.
Figure skating.
There you go. It might be figure skating. No, it's got to be something, because like I would want to use the baseball analogy, but I picture that it's a game that we're still later in the game, like 8th inning, but it's one of those epic games and it's been going on. It's already hours long, and it's also going to go 20 innings. It's going to be like that Pawtucket record game, 23 innings or whatever. You know what I mean?
Okay. What if it's video games and it's like, okay, we are playing the current Call of Duty. And the reality is at some point that gets a little bit boring, but we know that there's a new release coming in a year. and everyone's just going to play that one, and that all of this continues to morph. So 10 years from now, maybe the current games look like Wolfenstein, and you're just like, man, people were playing that, what a lame game compared to, you know, COD right now. But that it just, yeah, it keeps going, man, keeps going, never fucking ends.
I like it. I like it. So yeah, the biggest thing that moves the needle for this market in the short term, I was going to say it's just this, which is the government reopening, which that is one of the biggest needle moving things. It has to do with what the TGA, Treasury General Account. There's almost $1 trillion. I checked this morning, and I think that's accurate. Almost $1 trillion sitting in there that isn't moving while the government is shut down. This is just like liquidity that the government's holding on to that they're not sending off into the market, giving to banks, right? Like it's like, if you think it's not quite like M2, it's not like suit. I'm trying to think of the best way to say it. It's not like there's a direct correlation between the two, but it's kind of that idea of liquidity. If we thought liquidity moves the market, there's a whole bunch of liquidity that's tied up right there right now that does come into the market. And there was some great posts. I think I got them somewhere on the lineup here that show this correlation between that and Bitcoin's price. And it's like perfect, kind of like M2 was. This is maybe a more dialed in version of that. When the Treasury General Account is emptied out, Bitcoin all-time high. This is going back 10 years or so. So I'll pull that up in a minute here. But the other thing that moves the needle, again, I think this is the biggest, but you were talking about there's a big Supreme Court ruling on tariffs today.
Yeah, I think they're looking into the legality of the tariffs.
Do they make a ruling on it? As in tariffs like axed? Can that happen today?
That's a good question. I don't know that we would hear on that. You know what? I should look that up because it would be nice to know. Is the ruling today, or are they giving their, are they pleading their case today?
Yeah, I'd be super cute because that also moves the needle a lot. Because most of like the rain delay here in crypto, like, was because of tariffs. Like that put us on pause. Basically, when did they even start? April. It's like that screeching halt with the tariff stuff earlier in the year, and it's just kind of continued. It was the tariffs against China that, you know, led to 1010, and there was other things involved there too. But man, if those tariffs are just like wiped out, I don't know if that's more uncertainty or if that's game on because they're gone. And and it has translated to higher prices. It definitely has.
I don't even know how you begin to unwind that if it happens. And I did just read that it's oral arguments today. So I don't know when to Gravity's point, no ruling today. But like, if you unwind that, what do? You refund the tariffs, and then like those companies just end up with the extra money, because the reality is any of those costs that did get passed on, I know in my business, like some tariffs get passed on. It's not like they're going to refund me, who then refunds the customer. But I guess moving forward, it might give a little bit more certainty and, to consumers. In that Caroline Levitt presser yesterday, just all the kind of fuckery that goes on with the government shutdown. I was listening, and this is one of those things that I've wondered, how much is the government shutdown playing into, the current market when you have billions of dollars of pay for government workers? It's just not out there. They just don't get it. They're still working. They don't get the money. And they were talking about furloughed workers, and was the administration going to be committing, which is, I believe, the law, to pay the furloughed workers after the government reopens. And they couldn't even give a straight yes. That's what's kind of scary. Like, if you're somebody who's furloughed, not by fault of your own, you're not even hearing the administration saying like, oh yeah, you're good. Once the government opens, everybody gets paid back. Furloughed workers are still uncertain as to whether Trump's actually going to pay them or not, which I think legally he has to. But it's just, man, there's just so much, best word I can use is fuckery, that's going on with all of this. It's just weird. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
It's also broken. And so because of that, it's so hard to bet on anything. And, I get why everybody's so confused with where we're at, because we can't even make sense of like our day to day.
Do you know what we could bet on though?
What?
We launched a prediction market. By the way, our prediction, I'm going to post the link here in the chat. I can bring it up unless you want to.
Let's go for it either way.
Probably can't. Check in the chat. You're better at this.
Let's see. What do we got? Oh, how did last week go, by the way? You launched Josh Allen score a rushing touchdown.
Yeah, he did. Not just one, but two.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's funny. It had a decent amount of volume on it. I know some of that came in after the fact, but if you took the yes bet, which I recommended, you are officially 1-for-1 on Chart Monkey prediction markets.
I took the no. I just to feel something. I took the no. I lost. I don't have a good record betting on prediction markets or launching them, and I do launch them just to get the reps in. But there's an art to launching these things. But,
okay. So this one, right? This is will Azuki's floor price be below 1 ETH, which is their mint price on November 12th. So basically 1 week from today. And at the time of the prediction, it is under mint price. So the question is sort of a bet on do we think that we see it recover a little bit?
Dude, I like this. This is like a leverage play on do you think the market's going to be back? Because actually right now, dude, just when we pulled this up before, they're actually over an ETH now, barely.
Oh, okay.
Barely. But it's like, okay, okay, they're back down. They're back down. 0.93.
I think I would take personally, I'm going to take the no on this. I think they will be above 1 ETH 1 week from today.
So do you think market's up next week too then?
I think the market could be. It's just really hard for me to see Azuki. Like there were some mass liquidations that happened in the last week or so, and it's just hard for me to picture them stomaching seeing these below mint price for that long. So for that reason, not a great thesis, but I'm going to take the no on this.
Interesting. So hang on, will the price be below? I'm probably going to take the yes on that. I'm probably going to take it, but the thing I'm watching closely, it's that. To me, it's all about the government reopening or not. Right. If it's not, I think everything bleeds out still. If we reopen, I think game on.
I'm taking the no right now.
I've got no confidence in anything. You know what I got confidence in is the Santa rally. That I think is on. I think I still think we have a strong end of this year. Gravity. Dollar bet on yes. Okay, hang on. Below 1 ETH, yes. Okay, so Gravity, we're on the same side here.
All right. Well, I am taking the other side, and we'll just see how it plays.
For what it's worth, I do like everybody's takes out here, right? Just to stay on the market for a minute, and I'll come back to that because I do want to talk some NFT prices, specifically CryptoPunks, that some people are, dude, so fucking bearish on. It's crazy, and I get it, but here's the M2 chart, by the way. Obviously broken, hasn't played out, but this is where it's a little more nuanced. And this is the TGA. Is that Treasury Global account. And the correlation here, as it's higher, it's the general account holding more money. When it dips is them offloading money into the market, and you can match it up with basically Bitcoin tops. And again, this is all the way back to 2015. So you see when it drops.
Can you imagine having a show called Chart Monkeys where I look at a chart and I'm like, I don't even know what the hell I'm looking at, man.
It's fucking
looks like a plate of spaghetti.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. Okay. But now we're all TGA experts. We were M2 experts for a minute. We're TGA experts. Also, I think that's funny too, because it's so easy to shit on that. And then I was thinking about it last night. I'm like, again, easy to shit on because anybody talking about it, I'm talking about me too. I'm not an expert in it. But I always use this analogy of guitar players. So when I was young and I was playing guitar, you had one kid in your city or town that was good at guitar. You're the one virtuoso of your town. Now, everybody who plays guitar is so fucking good because you can learn guitar on the internet and you got all these videos to learn it. And we all have access to information that you just couldn't even dream of even 10 years ago. You couldn't. So now it's when somebody's an M2 expert, silly, but also they kind of are in a way that old world, it probably would have taken a year to understand M2 and why it matters and where you go to check it. And today you go and you read a couple threads and you kind of are up to speed. Kinda.
Yeah. More info than we used to have. Right. Yeah. More info than we used to have. It's this kind of stuff was so over people's heads for probably decades. And then all of a sudden, we just have access to it all and we can understand it a little bit better than we used to be able to.
Yeah, makes it more competitive too, which is actually part of the problem this cycle too. You got better traders. Yeah, I actually do have some better traders, and now you got people counter trading the better traders who tried to front run the 2026 bear market by trying to get out. Now it's a fucking game within a game within a game at this point. There you go. Market's mature. It is a sign of that too. It's a lot of things going on. It's why again it's chaos. Nobody knows anything. We settle on that, I think.
Yeah, settled.
I got your message. What are you doing?
Nothing.
Oh, what you messaged
Oh,
DM.
yeah.
Do you want to do that? What is it?
Well, I just got to pay some bills here. You know what I mean?
Nice.
It's time to pay some bills. Spent a lot of time working on this one. Attention all token traders and Discord daredevils. Don't get left in the mud. Get TrenchBot, the fastest, smartest, meanest bot in the trenches. Charts, alerts, and alpha served hot and fast 24 hours a day. So strap in, soldier, and trade like it's 1955 with TrenchBot.
Oh my God, dude, that was so good.
Bro, brought to you by TrenchBot,
good.
The #1 Discord trading bot and sponsors of this show. Thank you, TrenchBot.
Jesus Christ, dude. What can you do with TrenchBot? You trade Solana.
Yes, Solana, BNB, Mainnet, Ronin, and there's more chains being added, but like Solana's the big one. If you're a Discord degen, you can trade. When I say as a community, somebody brings a chart up, it gives you all the info on it. You can pull the charts. Somebody pulls a ticker up, and then you can just literally buy right in Discord. You set up a wallet. It is your wallet. You can export the private keys and you can trade to your heart's content using TrenchBot. And if you are a server owner, you actually can get a percentage of the fees from what's traded in your Discord. But also, if you're using it in somebody's Discord that already has it, if you're the first caller of a token, you get a percentage of the fees from the sales of that token. So it's a really cool. It's a cool bot. Just picture Trojan in Discord. It's not Axiom. It's not made for like, oh my gosh, I'm just like grinding. I got 7 screens up. This is for guys like me.
Thank you, by the way, because I fucking hate Telegram so much. I just hate it.
You're welcome. So yeah, no need to exit out of Discord. TrenchBot. If you need help with it, ask somebody.
If you want to sponsor the show, where can people hit us up? Chart Monkeys?
Chart Monkeys. Hit us up on Chart Monkeys. You can also DM the CyberKongz account. We always check that. But at CyberKongz, at Chart Monkeys on X, send us a message. Give money. We will push your shit. Promise you.
Imagine if we got sponsors. I think we will.
Look at TrenchBot, bro.
Well,
in the trenches with TrenchBot. But yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, imagine if we got more sponsors. I want to get to the point where like this screen, it's literally just like a couple little circles here, and we're just plastered with fucking ads all over the screen. That's the goal. And in fact, that should be what it is. That should be what it is.
We're going to get there.
On to NFTs. I will just say Raoul Pal still believes 70% chance we see Banana Zone. I like that. I like that spot. I like that. I lean that way, right? I'm like not as bullish as I was, where early I would have said 90% chance probably just a couple months ago. I'm 70. I think good chance we see that next Banana Zone thing, but I don't know.
I like his takes, so I want to believe him.
He's a smart dude. Tom Lee too, saying Bitcoin still 150, 200 this cycle. It's going to take a couple things happening for that to happen. I think he's saying this year. I don't know if I see that. Maybe. And again, it takes the Clarity Act. It takes the government reopening, which you need for the Clarity Act. But it takes that. It probably takes strategic Bitcoin reserve talk. It takes the rate cut. It's multiple things, I think, to get there.
It kind of takes nothing, by the way. Like it kind of, to boil it all down, it kind of takes nothing. And what surprised me a lot about this past like week and a half is how many people that have been in this space for years. Like if you're here now, you probably didn't just join. You probably have been here. And I'm really surprised at how many people don't know that this is just kind of part of it. Like it takes very little for things to tank, and then it takes very little for it to spark back up. So even the idea of like, I can't see NFT minting out. Well, yeah, right now, no. 3 weeks from now, one hits, another one hits, and the next thing you know, they're rolling out for 2 weeks straight.
Dude, never underestimate greed.
Yeah.
It's kind of that. It's kind of that, right? Very powerful.
Yeah. It's exactly that.
So NFTs, like we saw floor prices, not great. Again, little recovery just in the past day. I'm scared to check Bitcoin, but I'm going to do it.
Ordinals, you mean?
Yeah. Not great. Yeah, I mean, not good. Not good. Node Monks, I'm actually surprised they were hanging at like 0.03. I was kind of surprised by that. In fact, I think, were green yesterday when the rest of the market was not. Today is kind of the opposite, but Puppet's nice discount there. Okay. But the conversation on X has been about CryptoPunks, and I am a little surprised to see some of the FUD around CryptoPunks too, right? So I think he's wrong. I don't often say that with Beanie too. I usually, most of Beanie's takes, I'm like, I'm with him. Might be controversial, but I'm like, I'm with him. This one, I'm not. Nobody considers it a flex to have a CryptoPunk PFP. I couldn't disagree more. I'll ask this chat something I asked on my show, which is, if CryptoPunks fall to 10 ETH, and we could even make that 20, but let's say 10 ETH, and you only have 10 ETH left. It's all you have. Are you emptying your wallet to buy a CryptoPunk? Right? Are they that important? Do they matter that much where you'll set yourself to zero to get one of them? And for me at 10 ETH, it's a hell yeah, dude. At 10 ETH, I'm absolutely grabbing it because I have that much belief in them long term. And that probably applies at 20 ETH if I had it, right? At 20, I probably do the same thing if I had it. And if that's all I have, it's that. And then I walk away from crypto for, a few years. But yeah, I'm curious with you guys. Henry, what about you?
Yeah, I like if I had liquid 25 ETH, I would easily do that. I say easily. If I actually had that, maybe I'd think about it a little bit. You know what would happen? I'd think about it a little bit, and then they'd run to 30, and I'd be like, fuck, I missed it. But I don't agree with Beanie at all. I think punks are a flex. Like, yeah, right now, most people in the market don't have the type of liquidity to buy one. We need some wins. We need some wins. So I don't believe that thesis. They are sort of the untouchable of NFTs. They are the grail.
It is. It's the only one that's different, represents crypto culture, represents like the entire NFT movement. It's just, it's different. And the reason I even asked that is part of his might not be this post. He is comparing him to the Bored Ape price crash, and that, to me, you just can't compare him. But he was also saying, like, CryptoPunks fell X% in the past whatever time frame, and he's like, and they have another 90% to drop. Something that would basically put him at like 5 to 10 ETH. I'm like, I don't see it, dude. I don't see it. While I see most other NFTs being worth, like, whenever next bear market comes, whenever the fuck that is, I can see most NFTs being just a couple $100, few $100, and top NFTs, and that's like the, CyberKongz, Suzuki's, Doodles being at like 1,000, Bored Apes in there too, couple $3,000. It's like around there. Just that's the prices we're talking about, not 10, 15,000. I'm like, that doesn't apply to CryptoPunks. I think they're always like 50,000, 75,000 plus, right? I think they're very, very, very different.
I really dislike Beanie now.
Oh.
I just don't like him. I just feel like he is the last person in this space that should be able to be the kind of shit talker that he is. Just from all the stuff that he's done, all the things that he's pushed, all the kind of rugs that he's been a part of. It's like, all right, dude, like your hands aren't clean in this space by any stretch of the imagination. Who the fuck are you?
Yeah, I agree there. I just think his takes are generally so right on that I'm like, I when he says something, when he says like this cycle's done, like I at least listen, I think through it, because he's good with his timing of shit. I'll say that. But yeah, like like anybody, not gonna bat 1,000, and he has some takes that are like, again, you've done the same or worse, and like sometimes worse. So
yeah,
I get it. Now this also comes from Jonah here selling his CryptoPunk, and like, sell it, great, whatever. But it was like his comments about it. His comments, so he sold it, shared some thoughts saying punks are going a lot lower, thinking they're going a lot lower because of the offers he was getting while he was trying to sell it. And he's mentioning these like sub 1 ETH offers, which is just, you get that all the time. You list something on OpenSea, you get a 1 cent offer. This is how it works here. There's a lot of people who are hoping you're going to have like good gesture. You're just going to be nice and give it away. People just think that's going to happen. Well, I guess to be fair, when we were crazy in 21, 22, it did happen. Remember how giving everybody was? And that's, even us too. But like, it's when you have excess, you kind of, you give a lot of stuff away. You do. And it's very different now. So somebody was probably hoping for that here. But yeah, was it him who said he thought 90% to go still? I think that was a Beanie comment. But anyway.
Yeah, I think that was Beanie.
But yeah, I think these guys who are, you can tell when somebody's in their feels because of the market. I think this guy's in his feels and is trying to, like, I don't know, justify it, trying to make himself feel better, whatever it is. I think he's wrong. I think he's wrong about punks. So
I'm not in my feels about the market at all. like honestly at all. I mean, I know the market sucks right this minute, but I don't feel like down in the dumps about it. I just don't. I'm just like, yeah, it's a
Good,
phase. We got to get out of it.
good place to be. No, good place to be. Look, I talk so much virtuals that I'm not going to force it here, right? Like I'm not going to force virtuals chat, but like when it's important, when it like matters, because I think it's more when I think it's important for the space, we have to, right? And I think virtuals had a rough few months at least, like over the summer especially, and I could understand people not paying attention, but I mean clearly stuff changed here in the past few weeks. X402 narrative meta whatever kind of brought them back in the spotlight, and then robotic stuff getting a little attention back in the spotlight. I don't know, dude. Virtual's like all eyes on them right now, and past couple days we see now a Pudgy Penguins little partnership here. It's not like crazy, but also it's pretty fucking cool. I'd be paying attention. Did you see this by chance? Like what they're doing?
No.
It's not crazy, by the way. So it's not crazy, but so they do the little teaser tweet. Virtuals change their PFP to a Pudgy. And then in the end, I thought they were maybe going to launch an agent like with a token and all that. They didn't do that, but they did launch a new, like, how do I describe it? It's like a video image meme generator through virtuals, which is kind of cool. It's a good way to do it where you don't then have like the financial side you got to be tied to. So kind of dig that. So TLDR, you can tweet at like the virtuals has a butler agent. And they also have their ACP, which is like a network of agents, and it has its own like chat window on the virtual site. You can just ask it to make you a Pudgy Penguins meme. There's no cost to it right now. I think there will be at some point, maybe not, but it's that simple. So you just fire off a tweet, ask it to make you a video, and it does.
It's actually kind of cool.
Smart if you're just trying to, they just blitz the comms with just memes and gifs, and they're just very good at that. And now it's just another way for people to do that. So
yeah.
Pretty smart. Yeah.
Real smart.
Keep the eyes on virtuals, though, guys. I mean, again, when there's a big launch coming, I'll keep you plugged in there. We'll probably get some of the biggest ones. I want to get them on the show and talk to them and introduce you guys, because there's money to be made over there for sure. And I think a lot coming up. In fact, if there's a meta that's going to carry, I think, over the rest of the cycle, I kind of think it's AI. I think it's grown to that degree. I think we see another of those AI booms. So we'll keep you plugged in. Henry, there was some like not scammy shit, but some like malicious attacks, compromises on protocols. Wasn't a great week for that stuff either. Like the timing of it all kind of sucked, right?
Yeah. Balancer and Stream were kind of the two big ones.
You'll have to fill me in on one of these. Actually, you sent me earlier, and I can't see their posts because maybe I don't follow them.
No. This is interesting because this was from Law. He's the founder of Stream. They lost like 93 million. We had Law in Wall Street Kongs. He did a workshop, and to be honest with you, like, I don't know him, but he was a really pleasant guy to talk to. What he reminded me of is just like, dude, super nerd. DeFi looping and just like that whole side of DeFi that is a bit foreign to me. Not just like, oh, I'm yield farming. I mean, this is like vaults and looping, and he made it pretty clear, man. It's risky stuff. He wasn't just like, oh yeah, put your money in Stream and everything is good. You have nothing to worry about. He was pretty clear. It is risky stuff. You can lose. And the thing is, they lost, and it wasn't accounts or vaults that he was controlling. I think he had like an account manager that was controlling the vaults that lost them a lot of money. Somebody asked, who is this? We're talking about Law from Stream Finance. And
is that tweet worth sharing, by the way? Because if it is, like, you might have to share it, but I can't.
Yeah. I think he must have to follow you in order to see it. And so yesterday he basically wrote, he was struggling. He's like, basically I haven't, they messaged the day before that they hired a law firm to investigate this and that they're taking it very seriously and they're pursuing it. But like in the end, like, okay, I don't know if you recoup funds. Their stable coin, I think, depegged. And then I think everything just kind of from there went tits. And so he put out a post yesterday just saying like he's not able to reply to people. He's in a really bad space mentally, and that he was suicidal and he was checking himself into a mental institution. And I thought about it and I was like, dude, first off, like that sucks, right? That sucks to feel that way, especially when like his biggest concern was like other people who lost money off of something that he was running. But I'm like, man, people know the risks. So like, I get it. There's a lot of guilt and probably some shame involved. And then like, of course, part of me is like, well, I don't really know what happened. And maybe this is just like, I hate to say that, but like, I can't help but think also, I don't know. Like, I just don't know. I can't tell you one way or the other what happened. And, I don't know him. So I'm not saying he's making that up. In fact, like when I read it, I was just like, ah, shit. Like he seemed like a good guy, but I also can't help but wonder, like, I don't know what's real. I don't know what's real anymore.
We saw, and I don't remember the exact story, but we saw like there was somebody who was faking that they were blind and needed surgery and some shit, right? So we've seen that before. We saw, and again, I can't remember the exact situation, but it was earlier this year, I think, and it was in the AI thing. The guy who had said his kid needed surgery for something, and he launched a meme coin, and it was like, people do that shit, and it's dirty, and it sucks because then people are really going through stuff. Then it makes you question that, and it fucking garbage, dude.
It's kind of hard to, like, if you're a decent person, it's hard to really, like, take a stab at somebody who says they're like suicidal. But like, this is Web3, and everything is on the table. And so like, yeah, I genuinely feel for him and I hope he gets the help that he needs. And then of course, like part of me is just like, well, fuck, I don't know. He could be anywhere. Like he could be in Papua New Guinea, living off 93 million bucks. I don't think that's what happened, but like always got to just like get a little, it's always got to be a little doubt. And then Balancer, I think was like what, 116 million that they got drained.
Yeah, I don't even remember how high it ended up climbing, but it was up there. It was definitely 116 plus.
And I saw somebody on Ronin. I think North Koreans were involved in stealing, like, I don't know. I think it was 5 digits on a game over there. But yeah, dude, how many more of these things? Like, this is risky shit, man. When you put your stuff into protocols like that, and somebody brought up a great point. Doesn't matter whether something's been audited or not. Like you can write anything like, it's been audited and it makes people feel good. I remember on Trojan, they had like a little stamp in their website. It might've been in their GitHub where it talks about the audit. And if you read the fine print, it said that it's been in progress of an audit since like February 2023 or something like that. It was like, oh, it hadn't even really been audited. It was just in the process of being audited. Nobody fucking cares, bro. Nobody cares, right? Like nobody cares. You've been audited. Cool. Makes me feel better. I'm just supposed to trust it. Yeah. I click the button. Ultimately, it's all a risk.
Man, what a wild space we live in. What a wild,
beautiful and awful. And it's all of that all at the same time, man.
All right. I kind of want to hit, and we'll do this really quick, but the Mega ETH pre-sale and then Monad mainnet. So I think we got today finally the Mega ETH. I'm sorry, the Monad mainnet launch date, November 24th. Do you give a shit about Monad? Should we give a shit about it?
I only care because I got like 47,000 tokens, which I think is worth about, I don't know, pre-market, maybe like $1,600 or something. Okay. So do I care about it? Oh, I said this the other day. I should. This is one of the greatest gifts anybody's ever given to me. Like, how many people have ever given you just like, hey, here's $1,500? You could probably just count it on both hands, right? So I'm actually a Monad for life kind of guy, even though I don't know what it is. I can't shit on it, man. They gave me money for nothing. Well, they didn't give me money yet, but if it's a slight cook, I gotta at least invite him to Thanksgiving, send him a Hanukkah card, something.
It's a good take. Fuck you guys. Anybody who like gets an airdrop from somebody and then shits on them. If you get a 50 cents from somebody, you don't say a word. Don't claim it. If you're gonna do that, don't even claim it. Burn it. Like, don't do it. So silly the way people are to anybody. Your take is fucking beautiful, dude.
Imagine that, dude. Like, seriously, think about it. Everybody listening, think about how many people have randomly handed you $500. You could probably IRL count and extract your immediate family from that. I'm just talking random ass people, a business, some stranger handed you $500. I could count that on no hands. Nobody's ever done that for me. And so these people like ENS or Looks or SOS or any of these things where like they airdropped us are, I kind of feel like, nah, you're pretty fucking awesome. You are awesome people because you don't even know who I am and you're just giving me free shit. So I got to support it, man. I got to support it. And the same goes for Pudgies. I saw a comment from Katz about Pudgies and how much I used to hate Luca. Can't hate him anymore after he gave me like whatever, $1,700.
That's a good point too.
Can't hate him.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's maybe a perfect way to wrap this, and we'll head into another segment that should be fun. But like another catalyst that I didn't even mention, maybe it fits in airdrop. Another catalyst still coming this cycle is whatever the fuck Luca and Pudgy Penguins and Abstract are still cooking. I believe they're still cooking. We still probably have the ABS token drop coming. So, just another one of those things that it's so easy to forget about all these things.
Please.
And we didn't have this last bear market. We didn't.
Yeah.
What do you think about a little bullish bearish?
How about a quick monkey biz, bro?
Yeah, do it. Want 2 or 3 over to the right. There you go. Boom.
Where's my shit?
Where do you
gotta re-add it? There we go. Just okay, monkey business. This is a quick one, guys. It's a slow week, but first off, Kongz Hub coming. It might come tomorrow. It might come Friday. One thing that we're working around is we ideally need Collabland, which is our verification bot in Discord, to be working with Ronin. Go figure, it's not. I think it's a Ronin issue. That's what Collabland says. So we're debating, are we just going to run with it and initially launch without being able to connect Ronin, which would mean like your VX and Genkai, you would have to bridge over to ETH in order for those to count, because we just don't know when that is going to get fixed. So we're kind of leaning towards that. Like, let's just let people bridge. I know it's a pain, but let's let them bridge those assets. And then when Collabland works with Ronin, then we can, integrate the Ronin wallets. So Kongz Hub basically ready to go. Think we'll see it this week. If not very early next week, but I think we're leaning towards this week with the caveat that I just said. So we got some wins, man. I saw Ungud posted his prediction market wins. Looked like he was well in the green. GG's to Ungud. Basedad shorted ETH. I think this was yesterday. 625% profit. Like, can't complain. He was asking in the chat, like, should I close this out? And I'm just like, dude, take some pee. Just take some pee. You can't go wrong. You're up 600%. Take some pee. And Melkor is kind of crushing it on Axiom with some trades. I can't see this. If I remember right, I think this was him just getting keyed into some shitters and getting some wins. So great job in Wall Street, Kongz. Guys, even in the bear market, still getting wins. Love to see it. Also, I think I checked earlier today, we were up to like 1,245 babies migrated, over 2,000 rolls on traits. It's slow right now. Like, it just is. It's slow right now. I said it in chat the other day in voice chat. Like, I'm ready to kind of like, when I say we're reassessing kind of what we're doing, we're looking at what we're doing, and then we're thinking of like, what are the things that we could be doing that just get back to having a little bit of fun and being, I don't know, man, just being a little edgier on some shit. I don't know. We got some stuff we're talking about doing, and I'm kind of excited for it, but I won't say anything else about it right now because I don't know. I don't know which direction we go, but Kongz Hub coming soon. Also, we got some merch launching soon. So if people want to rock some like, inexpensive t-shirts and hoodies and stuff like that you don't need to pay $150 for, that's coming online here really soon. So
dude, you can have like your version of the Yeezy store. Everything's $10 or whatever. Like, just fucking, I love it.
It's just like affordable stuff, dude. Hats and just stuff like people have been asking for. So we're that's ready to go. I think we're just working on getting Kongz Hub and then that. So that is your moment in Kongz. If you are not familiar with Kongz, you can always pick up a Wall Street Kongz pass. Check out the CyberKongz X page. You can get links there. Come in Discord. We're happy to help you. Man, there's wins happening there. So I know we're running short on time. We want to do some bullish bearish, but like you are doing yourself a disservice if you don't come into the Kongs Discord, learn a bit about us, because honestly, bull or bear, money is being made there. We'll keep sharing those wins every week.
Kongish.
Ooh.
Kongish as fuck,
Ooh.
bro.
Yeah.
Kongish. All right, bullish bearish, and then we're out of here. Do you want to hit it?
Bullish bearish, bullish bearish, bullish bearish, bullish bearish, bullish bearish, bullish bearish, bullish bearish.
I don't even know what the fuck it is, but it kills me, dude. I love it. I love it.
Bullish bearish, bro. Let's
bullish
do it.
Bearish. Let's get to it. All right, we got a lot to get to. We'll do them pretty quick. Mega ETH announced. Actually, fuck. They announced their methodology, at least, for picking their pre-sale participants or whatever, whoever they chose to actually get their allocations. Really interesting, dude, how they curated their token holders, and it's based off of a few things. I think part of it is the amount you pledged. It's based on your on-chain activity, your social signal, your Mega ETH interactions. In some way I think they're saying that some kind of way they measured like people, like, are they going to dump it or not? Or I think people get an option to choose a 1-year lockup. I'm sorry if that's not exact, guys, but the idea here is, are you bullish on teams curating in a much deeper way their pre-sale or airdrop participants?
As long as I'm included in that, yes, I am bullish on it. Yeah, it makes sense, dude. You got to be a bit protective of that. So we didn't do that so much on the OpenSea drop, and hindsight's 2020, but I'm bullish on that.
I love that. I love that. Can I do a self shill real quick, because it kind of ties in?
Yeah.
If you're doing an airdrop, do something like that. Absolutely do something like that. If you want to pick, let's say, your best token holders to be rewarded, your best NFT holders to be rewarded, people that have conviction, high reputation, come connect with us at CryptoSlam. Tap into our wallet DNA. It literally shows you who your best quality holders are. Target them with an airdrop like Dr. MSH did, actually coming up this week. But connect with us. Go to CryptoSlam. Check out the pin post. Next topic. Bullish on that, though. Bullish on the Mega ETH thing, too. I like that. 6-7 is dictionary.com's word of the year. I dig it. What do you think, Henry?
Yeah, I'm bullish. I heard it all the time from like Nora, and I would reply back to her like 5-9. She's like, "No, Dad, you don't get it. It's 6-7." I'm like, okay. And then I saw this, and I'm like,
it's the one. Does it have staying power? I remember fucking forever ago when Let's Go became a thing. Do you remember when that became a thing? I remember when it didn't used to exist, and all of a sudden it was a thing. And I saw it, and whenever I heard it, I'm like, I can't wait for that to die. I hate it. And it's not only has it not died, it's become a forever thing now.
Yeah.
Could 6-7 do that? 6-7 feels different to me.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it. I don't know what it means. I don't know like in what capacity you're supposed to use it. I don't know the proper,
When someone says 6-7, there's nothing else about it.
Yeah.
You just do it.
Then yes, it has staying power.
Staying power.
It's a paradigm shift.
I'm bullish on it too. Britain's King Charles decides to take the nuclear option on his younger brother. Andrew will be stripped of his titles and kicked out of the 30-room Windsor manor he currently lives in.
Yeah. I don't know where I am on this. I'm bullish on him being kicked out, but he's going to like their beautiful 1,600-acre estate into like another probably at least 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom waterfront view. So, bullish on him losing his titles. I don't care about his housing that much.
There you go. I don't even know I don't know either. It's a weird fucking thing. Moving on.
He looks
Coinbase at the end of their earnings call last week. Brian Armstrong, again, tail end of it, was handed a piece of paper, something like that had all of the poly market predictions, like the words that were in the mention market. And he proceeded to read off every single word. Nuke in the market, basically locking in some big wins for some people, absolutely killing some people's positions. Bullish or bearish?
I love it, dude. I'm so bullish on it.
Fuckery, dude. Chaos.
Crime.
Brian Armstrong is an agent of chaos.
Crime season, bro, and Brian Armstrong's in on it.
Love it. We'll do this one real quick. This is old though, but Huck to a girl, SEC closed investigation. Bullish, bearish?
Yeah, bullish. Yeah,
how did that make the list? That's fucking like 6 months old.
I don't know, dude. I don't know how to read.
I like it.
I'm a call.
Treasure coming to base, something AI.
Yeah, they have their AI friends. It's an agent on base. Treasure is like Small Brains, the small ecosystem magic. I like those guys. They're 21 builders. Good dudes. They had some good traction on base with it, and I'm bullish on them.
Dig it. Dig it. Bullish. I'm gonna skip that. Whatever it is, look cool, but just to keep moving. OpenSea did under 3 million in swaps. This is a couple days ago. Down 99% from the treasure hype. You bullish on NFTs? Let's do it more broad.
Bullish on NFTs. Some. Yeah, I'm bullish on some NFTs.
I know which one. Donald Trump approval rating, the lowest it's ever been, down 18%. This is probably just in the past. It's actually even lower now, I imagine. You bullish on Donald Trump?
No.
Spicy.
Bearish on him.
Dodgers won the World Series. I didn't watch any of it, dude, but that Game 7 I heard was like bonkers, and I saw the play.
That was a cool series. GG's to the Dodgers. Yeah, Ohtani's awesome. Yeah. I'm bullish on them. Storied franchise.
That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I want to get into baseball again. Crypto Dick Butts now community owned. So it is the community along with Andrew Weitzman, who now also bought a fuck ton of me bits. I'm pretty sure it was him. He owns like all Yuga everything, and now Dick Butts.
They bought Gooch Island, right? It's a community takeover of Gooch Island, which I don't know. I don't know exactly what Gooch Island is, but I'm happy for the Dick Butts, man. They're here to stay.
Yeah, I like.
And Beeple did a piece on this.
He did an everyday on it?
Yeah, yesterday, the day before or something.
A whole bunch of dick butts, yeah.
Yep.
I'm with you. I'll jump in bullish on that too. I love NFTs. I will never not love them, and I love anybody who's got conviction to step the fuck in. And if there's money involved, money where your mouth is, and support the broader community. Love it. Bullish. And finally, what the fuck is this?
Play this. This guy's amazing.
This is
a gas pump championship.
Can we do audio with it?
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. Boom. Boom. Okay. This looks bad. This reminds me of like car jujitsu or something, like so fucking weird. And I love that.
Tom, good luck, dude. Attempt the perfect pump.
Okay, I'm going to mute it because we will get a copyright.
Look at that.
Oh, and he's got to hit it right at 25?
Yeah, look at this guy.
Oh my God, dude.
In the zone.
Legend.
He's just like, pay me. Pay me.
That's fucking spectacular, dude. Oh, I'm a fan of that. I'm a fan of that. Great show, dude. A lot of fun. 2 down. 2 more to go.
It's only going to get better.
200 more to go. We got a lot more to go. Only going to get better. Can you announce maybe a guest coming soon?
I think we got a guest lined up for next week, but I'm just going to wait to make sure he's totally locked in. But it's from a great NFT project. And I think we'll probably announce it on Chart Monkey's X page. But yeah, I should have thought of that before we got on. Note to self.
There we go. Next week. That'll do it for today. Thank you guys for joining. Remember, follow CyberKongz over on X, Chart Monkeys on X, subscribe over on YouTube and Twitch, and it's Chart Monkeys everywhere. Go follow, find whatever. We'll see you next week. Great hanging with you boys. We'll see you.